trash as it is interesting, and we'll have lots to talk about. This is a More Perfect Union video called I Took Bernie into the Deep Trump Country. Can he win them over? And it's very interesting to see socialists talk to right-wing people, and especially the working class, and realize that, oh, this guy is actually nice.
Oh, that's my son. Hey, what's going on? They're having a video shot here, and it's about Bernie Sanders coming to town, and they know that we're all Trump supporters.
What happens when you put Bernie Sanders in a room full of Trump voters?
I was shocked. I was like, oh.
Not as bad as they had told you, huh?
This is not how he's portrayed.
Well,
It's
no way.
complicated. But
Can't believe the right-wing media that these people pretty much slurp up just all day long. Can't believe it lies to them. Shouldn't be allowed.
then again, so is West Virginia.
This is West.
Like, this guy's life is worse because he votes Republican, you know what I mean? Like, this guy, his life is worse than it could be. He doesn't know it because he's told it's worse if he doesn't.
By God, Virginia.
A state that voted blue for almost 80 years straight until it flipped hard to become the second reddest state in the country.
This is a state where Donald Trump got 70%.
Really?
It's easy to assume that West Virginia will be red forever, but I'm not so sure. I live here, and I talk to a lot of Trump voters about floods that leveled their homes, power bills that climb every year, and you'd be surprised how many of them sound like Bernie Sanders.
The billionaires, they don't need a tax break.
They're trying to give all the billionaires and rich people breaks. That's the opposite of what you should be doing.
Well, then why are we voting for the billionaire? Look, I know that a lot of it's an education or lack thereof. There's an ignorance to people's understanding of the systems they live under, especially in an underserved community, and especially in places in West Virginia that are underserved. And so they don't have, like, you know, they don't have the kind of access to information. But, like, holy shit, man. It's so disheartening to see people intentionally misled. Intentionally.
So when I heard that Bernie was rolling through, I wanted to know, can a Democratic socialist from Vermont, who's not even running for president, connect in the heart of Trump country?
All right, where should I sit? I'm in the middle here.
And what would it mean for the rest of the country if he did?
You started with Trump, and then now you're a whole volunteer.
A whole volunteer for Bernie Sanders.
I'm going to be 100% honest. There's a lot of people that moved from normal republicanism into Donald Trump because they, you know, not very bright necessarily, heard him say stuff like, stuff's expensive and it should be cheaper, even though he doesn't do anything. And then, you know, scapegoat people. And then they end up in the left wing eventually because some of them are just, it's hard for them to live the dissonance of a right-wing voter when they're doing the opposite of what it would take to get quality things done in the country. Sad.
He's just ultra-liberal. He's a socialist.
I'm sorry to get everybody in trouble here.
And me? I got to drive him around in my truck and find out.
Senator, welcome back to West Virginia. I know it's not your first time here.
No, it is not. Been here several times, and I must tell you, I love the state, actually. It's a beautiful state, and I very much enjoy the people. Very down-to-earth, working-class people. You know, we campaigned here very vigorously.
Yeah.
In 2016.
Yes.
And we had to take on Hillary Clinton and Joe Manchin and the whole Democratic Party establishment. We went to places where politicians don't usually go, including McDowell County, down in the southern part of the state.
Bernie Sanders, who joins me now.
Every time I see footage from this, every single time, it's just like, ugh, what a fucking waste. He's so good.
We are the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people as a right. What do you think? Do you think we should join other countries and guarantee health care as a right of all?
Yeah, I think every American citizen should have health care.
We ended up winning West Virginia. We won every single county in the state.
In 2016, Bernie didn't just win West Virginia.
That's crazy. I can't believe that a populist, socialist platform wins people over in a working class community. We're going to see this someday, later than we deserve, but we're going to see this someday happen. You're going to see an actual, and maybe in the next run, I don't know who it's going to be. We need a real fucking socialist to run. You see Zoran smashing everybody. You see other candidates smashing everybody. You see socialist candidates around the world. Mexico's a great example, smashing everybody. Just, making it good for everybody, humongous approval ratings, winning every election.
He shocked everybody who thought they had this place figured out.
We've won a big victory in West Virginia.
But that was just a Democratic primary in 2016. The real question is, how does Bernie's message land with Trump voters in 2025?
All right, I'm going to ask you a question, and then you come back to me. Sound good? All right, talk about health care here in Mingo County. What's the story? I see a hand woman right here. Please stand up.
Hi, my name is Sheila Rose, and I ended up back in Mingo County where I grew up after a chronic illness paralyzed me about 4 years ago. I've come a long way since then, but anytime I need to see a specialist, it's a 2-hour trip. Anytime I need a referral to a new specialist, it's a 6-month wait.
Wait, hold on. I was told that in America, our health care was so expensive because we didn't have any waits. What, you want to wait months and months? In Canada? Well, yeah, I'd rather wait in Canada a few weeks to get preventative health care than never in America, or months and months and have to pay for it.
There is no way to stay healthy in Mingo County.
There's no way to stay healthy in America. No way to stay healthy in America. You can't do it.
Mingo County is in the southern coal fields of West Virginia. For generations, people here dug the coal that lit America's cities and kept the factories running. Now, the coal jobs are mostly gone. And what's left is poverty on a scale that rivals anywhere in the United States.
Well, yeah. It's because we build communities around capitalism. This is what happens 100% of the time. I'm fine if you build natural resource hubs, but it became non-profitable. That doesn't mean there's not still coal here. It became non-profitable. It's just so ridiculous. This community deserves as much funding as anywhere else.
It's crying at the grocery store, choosing between paying a bill or having food in the cabinet or the refrigerator.
Yep.
It affects your health, and then you don't have health care. Child care is ridiculously expensive.
Yep.
So it's very stressful.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mingo County, like the rest of the state, went big for Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So we followed up
because he talked about the cost of living, and Kamala Harris talked about tax breaks for business owners, and that's good, but the Democrats are out of touch. They don't talk about just making everybody's health care free, making daycare free, just subsidizing it, making all these people government workers with high standards of living, high standards for your education, for your kids, high safety standards, high education standards. Everyone gets better. It takes one generation, and we turn this shit around. Literally. It's interesting, but it's also sad because my grandpa lives with me. I just bought his house, and he left his home country and came to the USA to escape a dictator. He has voted Republican his whole life. Until now, and it's sad to see him tell me about how the horror seemed to follow him over here. He wanted a new life for his kids, and now he's leaving them with his old one. Well, he'd voted Republican his whole life, so it sounds like he's had a change of heart, and that's great. Hopefully he's and his peers are reflecting on the contribution to that they have done. All of my parents, both of my parents have contributed in some way, but my mom's not really political. She doesn't really vote. My dad does. Or did, but he's dead, so. Reading rap, too. I live in Appalachia. I have to live with these people every day in Trump country. A lot of these people are really just genuine people who are desperate, and a lot of them are way more open to changing their mind than people realize. A lot of it's just propaganda they've fallen for due to desperation. Well, yeah, it's because, there's a lot of things, right? Like the stratification of the country on capitalist lines leads people to believe that they are lesser if they're poor. And a lot of these people don't want to ask for help. They don't want to, the government programs that are already stripped to the bones, especially in a place like West Virginia from your state government, you're not going to be able to get the benefits you need if you're even going to fucking ask for them, let alone qualify. You have, there's a lot of people that cling to these weird notions, whether they realize it or not, of racism that keeps them like believing this like scapegoat narrative. It's really effective on people. It's so effective to make people scared of something. Trans people, Haitians, fucking Mexicans, fucking black people, all the time. Make people scared because, we know these people aren't going to be necessarily, they're going to be locked in on Fox News because, they don't have all the fucking streaming services. They got the basic shit. They and even if they do, it's still, it's ever present because it's on at every bar. It's on at every fucking... it's on all the time. It's such a foothold in the culture of these people everywhere. We have family in Louisiana, same shit. It's just like when you talk to them, they're like, we should have universal health care and everything, and then they vote for billionaires and they're cucked and they are racist. And it's just like, fuck, man. You can't even help your fucking self. It's like you want to shake these people, and sometimes you do, and then sometimes you just fucking give up on them, and sometimes, it's just other political advocacy. They don't listen. They're incapable. And then some of them aren't. So it's like you try and try and try and try, and some of them come around. Like, this is what I do with my platform, at least. The racism trumps their own self-interest. I know, right? It's so crazy. Because they think if we can put these other people down, then that'll bring us up. And it never fucking does. And it still just trickles to the top. Like, literally, Donald Trump, this time around, has made more money easily than any other president in history, including himself on the last run. And he enriched himself a lot last time. But this like pump and dump scheme, this Dogecoin type vibe, the Trump coin, has been very effective. The real estate stuff has been effective. He's been getting gifts from fucking Saudi Arabia and shit. Like, it's crazy. It's an oligarchy and it's a kleptocracy. It's disgusting. But they won't listen.
With some of his voters over biscuits and coffee to find out what that's all about.
Like, they'll hear his words here and they'll vote Republican next time, because what's going to happen is it's not going to be Bernie Sanders running. It's going to be some fucking liberal capitalist fucking loser that doesn't have any answers to any problems. They have ways to alleviate some of the pressures of capitalism. They have no answers to the problems of capitalism. And that's the problem with liberals. Liberals fail everybody every time. They are just a less crazy, and they don't have their foot on the fucking gas in the wrong way, but they never play to populist aims. They're always sort of in denial about like the realities we face, and like, they're sort of like a bumper sticker, like, well, if we just stick together. And then the Republicans are on the other side, like, make America great again, everybody's poor, and it's the Mexicans and the gays and the trans' faults. And we don't exactly have the most avid emphasis on education in this country, so it's pretty easy to sway people. Also, I want biscuits from this place.
I would have been nervous with a lot of different, celebrities or politicians, but you just seem so normal. Like, you're like obviously just like a normal human.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for the damn breakfast here. I'm starving.
We already ate.
I would love to take an inventory of just personal politics in the last couple of years. Can we start off with that?
You're gonna start with me.
Yeah, we'll start with you. Yeah.
I am independent, but I lean conservative. I not as much anymore as I used to, but I did vote for Trump. But I did post on my Facebook page, instead of I voted, I put I vomited because I didn't want to, but I didn't.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I voted Republican. I agree with some things of Trump, but most I do not right now.
Right.
I do not, no.
And John, what's that like for you?
Well, this is my first time voting because I just turned 18 right before I was able to vote. So I voted for Trump, but I'm primarily a Democrat.
Senator, who'd you vote for?
Primarily a Democrat, but voted for Trump. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's something about his message, and it's the populism. It's just this, like, scapegoating. It's this acknowledging that something is wrong, while Kamala Harris and Joe Biden sort of ran around with their heads cut off for a while. Like, it only got good for a little bit with the Tim Walz shit, and then, like, they fell off. The genocide in Gaza was gross. Like, the Biden stuff was weird. The liberals are just incapable of doing what needs to be done. We need Zohran Mamdani and that group to run American politics. It's so easy. It's so easy. We could do this. Like, literally what we are doing now with this capitalism shit, with this right-wing crazy shit, it's just making everything harder and more expensive and less efficient. And, like, the freedom-loving right-wing Americans aren't even getting the freedoms they want. They're just getting, like, expensive shit at the grocery store and no child care. Like,
it wasn't Trump. Let me throw out a question.
Yeah.
You were living...
He did not say he voted for Kamala, by the way. He just said he did not vote for Trump. That's crazy.
Shock of all shocks, in the wealthiest country in the history of the world. Do you feel that down here?
No. People are not surviving. We just had our food bank yesterday. We usually pack for 80 people. We served 102 yesterday. It is getting worse. Nobody's surviving right now.
My husband works at the hospital, and there are several ODs every single day.
We're a town of 6,000.
Yeah, we're not a big town.
Several ODs every day?
Oh, yeah.
In a town of 6,000? I mean, that's not going to take long.
Let me ask you this. And you
I can't imagine every single person is from here, Bill.
may not know the answer. Nobody does. Because, again, this is not just the West Virginia issue. We got it terrible in Vermont. So why are people doing drugs?
Because they don't have health care and they have no other way to get through their shit.
In my thing that I see, because I work a lot in addiction, is it's mental health issues.
It's what?
Mental health issues.
Lack of jobs.
Lack of jobs, poverty, lack of support for our veterans.
Do you find many veterans doing drugs?
Oh, yes. And homeless.
And homeless.
And that irritates me. They stood up, they fought for our country, and we can't even afford to give them housing.
I always wondered, how did so many drugs get into this state? Do we have thoughts about that? How did so many? Yeah.
The doctor's pushing it.
Talk about that.
Profitability. Isn't that crazy? When it's profitable, that's what happens every time. The capitalists will never understand this. It is profitable. You have made... Okay, you can't go get health care. So you have made a black market for pain-cessating drugs. Opiates are highly addicted to humans. Runaway problem. You allow clinicians to get a hold of this stuff and just give it away because pharma makes fucking buttloads on it, and they never solve the problem. Ever. Almost all of these are from clinics. They're not coming in from, they talk about Mexican fentanyl. They're not, we have fucking pill mills all over here. The white town over here, one of the racist places that lives by us, they have a big pill problem, tons of opioid problems, because it's a bunch of white people. Some of them have money, and then around the rim of that, there's a lot of people that don't. Almost all of them are white, and they have a bunch of drug problems. It is what it is. It just happens every time. My weed intake is quadrupled because I can't afford anxiety medications. Man, that's crazy. I assume I would smoke less. I mean, I don't really self-medicate with weed. Like, I don't get depressed and go, I gotta smoke some weed. But I do think if I have Adderall regularly, I would smoke less weed.
I mean, my mother was an addict, and that's how she got addicted. She had a back injury. The doctor kept prescribing medicine. Eventually, that medicine didn't work, and she had to start doing the harder stuff. Sadly, she passed away from a drug overdose.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, I understand the addiction part of it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to fight. And addiction just doesn't affect the person that's doing it. It affects the whole family. The whole area.
And that's going to happen every time, right? We just Americans are left out to dry by their government. It's trash. It's trash. We could easily have each state handle its health care and then subsidize through the federal government to make sure that they held up to the standards. We could easily do this. We already basically do this, except we have to run through middlemen because we have governmental standards for health care. We already have middlemen that are running for the insurance companies to try to make sure that they can get the maximum profit, which is not the most efficient thing to do. The most efficient thing to do is give everyone health care to their need, obviously.
Grow up around this kind of poverty long enough, and you start to lose faith in the political system that allowed it to happen.
Yeah, no way.
While Trump may put up huge numbers at the ballot box, nearly half of West Virginians don't even show up to vote at all. One of the highest non-voting rates in the country.
Democrats see this and assume they are red votes. It disgusts me. Every single time you see non-voter groups, and they'll call them independents, they'll call them center, because they frame it left and right. And it's so stupid because the Democrats are not the left, they're the center. Most independents, guaranteed, lean left socially on every issue. You poll them independently, you talk to them, you don't put, scary words like socialism in front of them, they'll believe it. They'll be like, yes, healthcare needs to be taken care of. We need housing, we need education, we need our needs met.
And I think the message is not complicated. People throughout the country, especially in rural areas, feel neglected. They are hurting financially. The Democratic Party, by and large, has kind of ignored those people, turned its back on them.
Not always, though, right?
Not always. Oh, no.
Especially here. I mean, it was 80 years of Democrats before it flipped.
You got it. This is one of the strongest Democratic states in the country. You're a strong union state, working class state. But I think what happened in West Virginia is a perfect example of the decline of the Democratic Party nationally.
True.
To understand what happened to the Democratic Party in West Virginia, you need to understand the history of coal.
I'm a mine worker, generational mine worker. We built these towns, all of us.
There was a time when coal companies controlled almost everything.
The corporations.
And speaking out against the boss could get you beaten, evicted, or worse. But in 1921, all of that boiled over at the Battle of Blair Mountain, the largest labor uprising in U.S. history.
Way back when, in the 1920s, it wasn't quite so civil. But we got to respect those people, our ancestors.
The mine war.
It wasn't quite so civil, so we understood that there was some necessary political violence in regards to pushing back against the capitalist hordes.
Our own history here is kept out of the textbooks, really.
Is that true?
It's not in the popular imagination. I mean, that's been scrubbed because I think it's dangerous. It's a threat. It's a threat to power.
Yeah.
Those early fights built the United Mine Workers of America and inspired a national labor movement that won the 8-hour day, paid vacations, and the weekend.
We can do better. 6-hour day, 4-day work week, and 3-day weekend.
For decades, it was the Democratic Party who defended the unions. So working class West Virginians kept that fire going at the ballot box. But coal burns fast, and eventually the flame died out. Within a few decades, we went from over 100,000 coal miners to around 10,000 today, and only a fraction of those still unionized.
Ugh. All of them should be unionized. What a tragedy. Ugh.
As the union shrank, so did the backbone of the Democratic Party. So the Democrats shifted their strategy. They left the coal towns and the haulers to chase corporate money and suburban votes.
No way.
Someplace else.
Yep.
For every blue-collar Democrat we will lose in Western PA, we will pick up 2-3 moderate Republicans in the suburbs of Philadelphia.
I fucking hate Chuck Schumer, dude. He's such a dumbass. He is seriously detrimental to what we have going on. He needs to be primaried. God, he's so stupid. Every time, it's like him and Nancy Pelosi. Every time you have a problem, one of those two has their fucking mitts in it, man. It's hyper liberalism. They're like, oh yeah, the moderate Republican, that's who I want to court. Crazy.
You can repeat that in Ohio and Illinois and Wisconsin.
The whole valley
Who
here
told him that?
there was Democrat for years and years, and here the last 5 or 6 years, it has evolved into a red.
West Virginia's turn from deep blue to solid red happened fast, all while hospitals struggled to stay open, classrooms emptied out, and opioids were pumped into these hills.
So Donald Trump says there's a drug problem. West Virginian hears, I agree with that. And then goes, okay, so this guy's talking about my problems, and then votes for him, right? Because there is a drug problem in West Virginia. There's a drug problem in most places. And it doesn't get solved. And then what? It swung back to Biden, although this stayed red, and then it goes back to Trump. Nothing is getting done. It's just the boomers are stagnating. What a depressing, disgusting display.
Then came Trump, who promised to turn back the clock.
Coal is coming back. Clean coal is coming back. 100%.
Donald Trump
just lies.
Says he's going to bring back jobs to Appalachia, to the coal mining areas.
Yeah, they may do it.
You can see
just lied.
President Trump's bringing in all kind of industry. There's going to be jobs up the kazoo.
Look, why is Trump president?
Did it work?
It's not complicated, in my view.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party was about protecting.
Keep showing Chuck Schumer. Keep Jeffries, yes.
The status quo and tinkering around the edges.
Yeah.
You know, we promise you we're not going to do anything bold. We're very bipartisan. We're going to work with the business community. We love billionaires. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? And Trump comes along and says the system is broken.
Yep. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's right. The system is broken.
Now, he just doesn't have any fucking answers that actually help.
His solutions only make it worse.
Yep.
Trump, for all his promises, has not brought the coal industry back.
Nope. And that's what everybody should be running on. Trump said this. Did he do it? Is that what you're experiencing in your community right now? Fuck no.
But with the big, beautiful bill, his signature piece of legislation, he made his mark on West Virginia. It's estimated that more than 50,000 West Virginians will be cut from Medicaid.
Ugh, devastating. This is his voter base, too.
At least 7 hospitals in the state are at risk of shutting down, and as many as 84,000 people will lose access to food assistance because of this bill.
So in this bill, Trump's big, beautiful bill, why do you think they cut Medicaid? To save government money so that, what?
They can give tax to their donors.
Exactly. It's not only a $1 trillion in tax breaks to the top 1%, it's a huge tax break to large corporations as well.
So why do they need to have a tax break?
All right.
I
now
use
you're
a tax
asking
break.
me.
I mean, I'm being real. I know I pay like 26% taxes. Like, I could use that money.
Look, these people on.
Yeah, I don't think anybody making under $100,000 should pay maybe even anything. I have to look at the numbers, but probably not even fucking a cent. Let's be real. On your income? Insane.
Top are not nice people. They want more and more. They don't have $1 million. That's chump change.
Yeah.
And we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars in some case.
When you live here, it feels like a poor country.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
I mean, when you say we're the wealthy, it's like you said that several times yesterday, and I was like, is it true though? Because like,
that's a very good point.
Yeah.
In aggregate, that's what. Look, if we're sitting here and I'm worth $1 billion, and all of you are broke, you add it all together, you divide it. We're very wealthy, right? We're all worth $100 million, but I got $1 billion and you got nothing. That's America. And if I say that I think the United States should do what every other major country on earth does, guarantee health care to all people as a human right.
Yeah, bro.
Are you going to think I'm a communist and a terrible person?
I think if people listen, if you talk the way that you did, and you're so reasonable, like they've painted you in a bad light.
Yeah, no shit. Yes. You need whatever Fox News is pumped into these people's heads with like just reality. That's it. You just need Bernie Sanders and his people to be in charge of the DNC, frankly, until he's gone. And then his people continue it on. He's the only one.
And it actually makes me very angry because, you know, you see things and you believe it. I'll just be honest, I haven't really seen you talk before. I haven't really, I don't follow.
It's misinformation. They don't show anybody anything, and then they just go, Bernie Sanders is a far-left socialist.
Politics that much. And so the last couple days before this, I started watching some of your speeches, and I started, watching your interviews, and I was shocked. I was like, oh.
Not as bad as they had told you, huh?
This is not how he's portrayed in the media, right?
We're told that the biggest divide in America is between left and right.
Nope. Upper class, the rest of us.
But Bernie came here to flip that story on its head.
I think that whether you're in rural West Virginia or in Burlington, Vermont, you got the same exact issues. And I think we don't let people divide us up. We got to come together to fight for all of us.
Over 100 years ago, they called us rednecks because striking workers from all different races wore red bandanas around their necks as they fought and died for respect and a living wage. That history was mostly erased from our textbooks, but it never went away. It's still here, scattered all across the state, if you know where to look.
My grandfather
Looks kind of like a kafaya.
fought at Blair Mountain.
Your grandfather fought at Blair Mountain?
Yes.
What do you think this country at this moment needs to learn from your grandfather who fought at Blair Mountain?
Well, you just can't stand and let them step on you. You got to get up and fight.
So that is what our struggle is about.
Look at this
Is
place.
to take
West
on
Virginia.
the greed of these people and say, you know what? You cannot and will not have it all.
Bernie Sanders is 84 years old. He's not running for president. But maybe what he's after is way bigger than one election.
How do we get the corporate wing of the Democratic Party, who is just as guilty of taking money from billionaire causes, to embrace a progressive working class agenda because it's about time?
What's your name?
Max.
You're going to
Run for Congress, Max.
lead it, Max.
Thank you.
Look, this state was once one of the strongest Democratic states in the country. And I think people gave up on the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party gave up on them. So take it back. Don't ask, take it.
You have been to how many Bernie rallies now?
3.
What? Let's fucking go.
And over what period of time did that take place?
2 days. The first night was just like real eye-opening for me. It was like a whole mind shift of my whole belief system of how we could come together as a people.
Yeah.
We all want our kids to have a safe place to live. We all want our kids to have food. We all want our kids to have health care. Like, there's no difference. We all need to...
That's socialism, baby! Like, that's all it is. They would have you believe a socialist is someone who is just, I guess, I don't know, a fucking North Korean super soldier here to take your freedoms. But really, it's just I'm social and wish for society to be good. I wish we could just have our needs met.
Fight together.
Yeah.
Because if we're fighting each other, we're not going to ever get anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Did you expect to walk out of here with a shirt?
I did not expect to walk out of here with a shirt.
That's good.
Hi.
I think the big problem was my dad grew up learning ducking under your desk would save you from a Russian H-bomb. Could have been the lead paint chips under the desk as well. A lot of the problem, I mean, the statistics bear it out. When the boomers go, we're going to have a better world. The Zoomers are a little bit dumb right now, but that's okay. Like, they're kids. They were told one thing. Kamala Harris is not it. You start making people's needs get met, it'll work. Yep. There's racism everywhere, man. It's just we have to get past a certain portion of this. There's just no ways about it. We are caught in a web of their design. And it's kind of sad, man. But we can do it.